Good day, beautiful soul family, and welcome back to On Another Level. And I pretty much had a download. I've got a couple of downloads, but I'm just going to talk about one download on this video right now. Now, the reason there are downloads that I get, okay, and I meditate upon it, and I get the wisdom from it. It's just so beautiful, and but there are so many different ways. Then it gets confirmed, and so one of the downloads that Divine Spirit was showing me is about how going according to its flow, understanding the cycles and the seasons that we are in, right? And then understanding the flow of it. As we are in tune with divine spirit, we are then able to see what's behind the veil. We are able to see what's going on in the spiritual plane. And so, as divine spirit is showing me, it starts spiritual, then it manifests, then it goes back to spiritual, then it manifests physical, spiritual, and then physical. And as I see in the Garden of Eden, is that spiritual aspect, and then it came to a manifestation, physical aspect. And then it went back to a spiritual aspect, which went back to a physical aspect. And so, as we're understanding, divine spirit gave the solution, okay, gave the solution to a problem that first started in the spiritual plane. Okay. And so now, um, Yeshua was sent, brought forth that physical manifestation of the solution of being here, of freeing us, of breaking down bondages and enslavement. And then we're on to the spiritual, okay, because Yeshua was resurrected. So then we have these physical situations, and then what's going on is that the world is going to receive the Antichrist, who is very physical, okay, but that is not how that's not the truth. The truth is then in understanding the time frame, it is the spiritual. All right. So again, it's about that flow, and I wish I could show you how my hand is just going up and down, up and down, up and down in the flow. So as you know, what's the beginning point? The beginning point is on the spiritual aspect, the spiritual, right? Then go into the physical, then the spiritual, then the physical, and then the spiritual. Okay, and the Divine Spirit is telling me to say like the days, the months of the year. Some have 30, some have 31, some has 30, some has 31, and there's a way in which you can determine which has 30 and 31 days with your five fingers, with your hand. And so as we understand the flow, we understand that it's not about, the divine people must understand that it's not about what we see in the physical. We're now in the season of the spiritual. Okay. And so what's so interesting is that um I don't like anime. My sons know I don't like anime. Okay. But there are certain things like when I hear about anime, because I think anime is demonic. There we go. But um here my son was listening to something on an anime, and I have no copyrights to it, okay? So this is free and fair for educational purposes. So I have my son, because I pray, I pray for the spiritual um to put upon me before I get out in this world, okay? And so, but my ears have perked up to certain things, and as you're going within with self love, self care, self nurture, and you're building your bridge and your connection back to divine spirit. There are certain things that will draw to you, and it's because of a message. You may hear a song, but it's because of a message, okay? And so as I hear this, I am hoping that you get the message, okay? So again, I have no copyrights to this anime, um, and so here we go.
Together in order to achieve something more than the petty differences we fought over before. By watching youngsters like them, I've learned that time doesn't just flow and pass us by. Though slow in pace, the world does accrue its past experiences and grow steadily towards peace.
That is where you are wrong. The world does not need to grow any further. It should slumber in peace under the genjutsu of the eternal Tsukuyomi.
Madara, long ago you forced me to forsake myself. However, I shall win against you here. I will reclaim myself, and you shall be the one who will slumber.
Okay, so that's just a small little thing, and sorry for the hiccup in it, But the thing about it is that for such a long time, it was about us staying asleep. You see, the wicked, they will bring about competitions and vengeance and set up all these different things, and hoping that you stay asleep. Okay, hoping that you stay asleep to where because you're asleep, but then you have to wake up and it's that grogginess where you're coming out of that sleep mode and you're still not steady. But once you are awake, you are awake. Okay, and it's about they can only win as long as you're asleep. What's so interesting is that, again, Divine Spirit was talking to me about, I'll go ahead and say it in this video, but was talking to me about, when you don't have when you don't know yourself, and it's like where your mind is, your body will follow suit. Okay, and it's talking about that alignment. When your mind is in disarray and your body is in stagnation, doesn't know where it's going, and there's no alignment to the spirit, there's no alignment with divine spirit, there is no moving forward, there is no growth. Okay, and so as likened to falling asleep and staying asleep, staying in a slumber, the body, so many different energies can come in and out of the body in which you have no control of because you are not in alignment. Now, what's so interesting is I also was watching this video, and I'll put this video in the description box, but it was talking about, I forgot his last name, was a divine man by the name of Joshua. He's a bishop, and he's talking about, we really need to understand who we are. We really need to understand our mindset. And it's so interesting because I just did a video. Divine Spirit was talking to me about aligning our mindset, right? And so what I like is that, once you have the alignment to Divine Spirit, it's like those channels. You got to get those channels, the proper channels together to where you can see not only the visual, but you can also hear. You can get the audio. But it's about hearing what? Hearing the world? No. Hearing about what Divine Spirit has. And so Divine Spirit and continuously tells me about Genesis. And so this bishop was talking about Genesis, and in such a way that even helped me to understand even the more. See, brothers and sisters, we have to understand that it's about coming to a deeper understanding. Okay, by being connected to divine spirit and knowing our power, knowing who we are able to stand up. It's about eating solid food. Okay, eating solid food so that we won't be codependent upon anything, but knowing that we are walking with God, walking with Yeshua, walking in the footsteps of Yeshua. And so it's about understanding our mindset. When our mind is right and focused, when we are in alignment with divine spirit, then we will be able to continue to grow. We will be able to continue to move forward with purpose. Okay, and so I just want to put this in the description box again, but it's about asking those questions about accepting accountability. See, Adam and Eve, right? They were out of the garden in Eden, right? But they had to accept accountability. And there are so many things where we read about, but we must not just look at it as something that we read. We must apply it. It's knowledge, but it makes us powerful. We're able to apply it and utilize it in our life. So the questions that God asks is, where are you? Why are you hiding? Why do you think you're naked? Why do you hide thinking that you're not good enough, that you don't have purpose, that you need to put or cover yourself with a template? You have purpose. You are my children. Where are you? And in response, as we go within with self-love, self-care, self-nurture, we say, here am I, ready to serve, ready to walk with you once again. So beautiful soul family, this is what I have for you. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.